Alright, what's up everyone? Duquesne23 here, and I think I'm going to be calling this Fan Friday, just because it's short and sweet. If of course y'all come up with a better name that's short. Remember guys, the title above YouTube doesn't really hold too many characters, at least where it shows up. So I want to try to make it as short as possible so people don't have to read a super long title if they want to read it. So something just really short. That's why I decided to just, at least for right now, do it as Fan Fridays. Now, the very first question comes from Jared, and he says, do you like Australia? And did you know Australians get I can't stop laughing every single time I read this. And did you know Australians get worldwide release games about 16 hours before the US? Yes, I know Halo 4 will be released before the US gets it by like 16 hours or so. And I hate Australia for that. But no, of course I love Australia. Why wouldn't you love Australia? It's pretty awesome. Now the second question comes from Shannon, and she asked, did you come up with the name Duquesne23? If so, why? Technically, I didn't come up with the name Duquesne because that name was actually I saw on a billboard while I was driving, and that was around the time whenever I was getting my Xbox Live on the original Xbox and, making a gamer tag and everything like that. And so I was just like, well, why not make it Duquesne? I just liked the name whenever I saw it. So I decided to just make it that. And my original gamer tag was not Duquesne23, it was Duquesne238. And the reason why is because that's whenever I was dating my wife, and my favorite number is 23, my wife's favorite number is 8, so I decided to make it, 238. And then whenever I had my YouTube channel and I actually started posting videos, people started saying that my YouTube was stealing Duquesne238's maps, so that's whenever I changed my gamer tag to match my YouTube channel. And this isn't really a question, but I thought I would just say this. Glenn says, the series should be called Hey Duquesne. In chats on Twitch, everybody says that to try to ask me a question. So Andy says it's catchy, which that's true. Hey Duquesne. Just kind of reminds me of, hey you guys. But Hey Duquesne. But that's an idea. That's an idea. If y'all like that, be sure to leave that in the comments. And the next question, Max asks, how tall are you? And I am 6'4". I am pretty tall. Many of y'all have seen that picture of me next to BS Angel, which she is, she's pretty short, but I'm definitely pretty tall. All right, and then the next question is by Dejan. Sorry if I say that wrong, but it says, how does one manage to get on your friends list? What programs do you use to make your videos? Because I want to do walkthroughs and stuff like that. When Halo 4 comes out, how do you start with your channel, and how do you get your first subscriber? He asked, how did you get your first subscriber? Will you show us a picture of your kid when it's born? Well, it's a he, so you don't have to put it's. And then I like at the end, he put Thundercat Dejan. Sorry if I say that wrong. I don't know all those little tilde things and all that stuff up there, how to say something. But... all right, so the first part of this question, how does one manage to get on your friends list? It is just completely random. Either I know you, personally and everything, and you're on my friends list because of that, or it's just random. One day I may add someone that asked me, but then most of the time, about 99% of the time, I do not add people that ask me to be on my friends list. The reason why is because I would be changing out almost my entire friends list about every 2 days. So I really don't want to do that. And guys, just telling y'all, if I delete you off my friends list, it's nothing against you. Some people have gotten really upset over that. It's just because I don't play with you, which I don't play with anyone on my friends list, so don't expect. If I add you on my friends list, 99.9% of the time I will not play with you. It's nothing against you. I don't want to sound mean or anything like that. It's just that I don't like playing with a bunch of people. I'm a very I guess, more secluded type of person. I like sitting at home by myself, of course, with my wife also, and just watching TV or something. I don't like going out and doing things. It's the same thing on Xbox. I don't like sitting there joining in with someone and talking to them. I prefer just to sit in silence. Of course, if it's my actual friends and everything, then yes, I'll play with them a lot. So that's, I guess, just you can ask, but I won't necessarily reply or add you. So I guess that's the answer to that. That was pretty long. But what programs do you use to make your videos? I use Sony Vegas. I find Sony Vegas as pretty much my favorite. It's easy to use for me. It does everything that I need to do. I do have Adobe After Effects, but I don't use it that much. I do use it every once in a while if I'm making more of a intense video. And I also have Cinema 4D, but that's really only used for like if I make an intro or something. And then what else is this question? How did you start your channel, and how did you get your first subscriber? Well, how I started my channel, I started my channel a really long time ago, like in 2007 or something. And that was just to comment on other people's videos and to be able to favorite videos and everything like that, and like videos, just all that type of stuff. But what actually got me started in making videos was Halo Reach. I did make some Forge maps in Halo 3, but I hated Halo 3's Forge. I could do all that glitch stuff. I could do everything like that to make a racetrack. I did it all, but I hated it. So I only made it I only made a few maps. And then once Reach came out, I really enjoyed the Forge. I made my very first map, my very first video on my channel. It's not on there anymore because it was copyrighted with music, so I had to delete it off once I got partnered. But it was my tornado map. There is a tornado preview on my channel, which is my newer version of it, and I'm actually probably going to be releasing that map this week because it's pretty much done. And that was my very first video, and that I think I posted that a few days after Reach came out, and that was a remake from one of my Halo 3 maps, and I'll probably remake that again in Halo 4. But I started with doing that, making videos. I got a few subscribers from stuff like that, like me just posting videos of my maps. But what really got me out there was whenever Forge World Maps was run by, I think, Duranker, and he had a contest, a top 5 race map contest, and that was whenever I made my Tokyo Drift map. I think that was my second map I've ever made. I hate that map now. I think it's horribly forged. I absolutely hate the map. It bothers me every single time I play on it because there's so many problems with the way it's forged that I just want to correct it, but I don't want to have to go through the time and correct it and everything. But yeah, I made number 2 on that top 5 list, and so I thought that was pretty amazing. My very first, I think that was Halo 3. I did one race map, but that was my first legit race map that I thought I was really proud of. The Halo 3 one it's a pitiful race map, but the first legit one, at least whenever I made it, was in Halo Reach, the Tokyo Drift one, and I thought that was a great map. And I got number 2 in the contest. And if y'all remember, Forge World Maps was really big, and it's starting to make a comeback because Duranker left, and it started to run by some other people, but they never did anything on it. But now Forge World Maps is starting to upload some videos again, and so it's starting to come back. And but you know, it was a pretty big YouTube channel, and so everyone went and checked out my channel from that and looked up a bunch of my maps and everything, and that's kind of what got me going on my YouTube. And the last question, will you show us a picture when your kid is born? Absolutely. I'll probably be making a video. Y'all will probably see videos of my son whenever he's born. You know, just a bunch of little goofy videos, maybe him. Of course, you know, maybe him playing with the controller or something, you know, wanting to play Xbox already whenever he's born. But that won't happen for a long time, at least on Halo and mature games like that. But yeah, so that answers that question. Then Robert asks, please tell me in comparison to all the other Halo games, Halo 2 most likely being your favorite, do you think that Halo 4 might be the best Halo yet? I really do think Halo 4 will be the best Halo. Everything that I've seen so far, even in Halo 3, whenever Halo 3 came out, whenever Halo Reach came out, yes, I was super excited about it, but there were problems that I found in Halo Reach, like even before it came out, that I wasn't too excited about. And same thing with Halo 3 and stuff. One of the things with Halo 3 was the flood. But with Halo Reach is whenever I started noticing the campaign level design and everything, I liked it, but I wanted more. There's a lot of times whenever they showed things in, and they showed them big open world, and it wasn't that open, which I know this isn't supposed to be open. It's supposed to still be kind of linear. But so far what 343 is doing, I noticed in a lot of their little battle spaces, it's real big, real open, a lot of nooks and crannies to explore, and I really like that so far. But of course, I can't make a complete judgment until I have played the campaign and everything, which I have played the multiplayer, and personally, I think this is the best multiplayer in any Halo game. My favorite multiplayer was in Halo 3. That was whenever I actually did it kind of competitively, and I was pretty good at Halo 3's multiplayer. But once Reach came around, I started forging a lot more, and the multiplayer just wasn't that fun to me. The maps weren't that great, and so it just wasn't that fun. But I love vehicle maps, but whenever I played Halo 4, I didn't get to play any vehicle maps because whenever I played RTX, they didn't have any of that. And I played over, I think it was on Haven. Yeah, I played on Haven and Adrift. And I am a big vehicle person. I like playing on vehicle maps the most, and not really too much on non-vehicle maps. But man, Haven and Adrift was a lot of fun. Especially, I really liked Haven, but I loved Adrift. I loved being out in space and seeing all the scenery, all the aesthetics. Everyone knows, or at least most everyone knows, that I'm a huge aesthetic person, which actually I guess all the new people that kind of subscribe to me for Halo 4 don't know that because they haven't really seen me forge and stuff unless they watch my previous videos. But I'm huge into aesthetics. I believe aesthetics is what makes something great. Of course, the storyline, the sound, and everything like that also does, and the gameplay. But aesthetics, if you have something bland and not too exciting to look at, even though the campaign or whatever that level, or in the forging, that map, that racetrack or something, if you don't have great aesthetics, a lot of times it could get a little bit boring. So it could be a great race map and or great level, but it will get a little bit boring the more times you play because there's nothing to look at. There's nothing pretty to see. And I do want to answer this, though. He said Halo 2 most likely being your favorite. Halo 2 is actually my least favorite actual Halo game. That doesn't include ODST or Anniversary, which I loved Anniversary because it was the first Halo, but just whatever, better graphics, I guess remastered graphics or whatever you want to call it. But I loved ODST. I loved the open world feel of it, but the problem is just that I felt like whenever I was in the world in the ODST, at least at night, in the city at night, it got very bland, very boring. I felt it would have been better to have more vehicles in there to make it a little bit more fun, more of a multi-leveled city to where maybe you can see you're up on a high area of the city where there's streets and everything. It's a big part of the city, but you can see down on other parts of the city. I think that would have been awesome. Kind of like New Alexandria and Halo Reach, that level. I think the scale of that was great, and it would have been awesome to see, being able to, in ODST, have that there, and of course being able to go on the ground. But Halo 2, I really did not enjoy Halo 2 that much. I thought the campaign was horrible. It wasn't not horrible as in it was bad. I mean horrible as in just it's the worst one out of all the Halos. It was still fun, but I really enjoyed Reach's campaign because vehicles. It was very vehicle oriented. So I really liked that. And then I don't know, it's maybe a tie between Halo 1's campaign and Halo Reach's, but I kind of feel Halo 1 has a little bit of nostalgia to it. That's the reason why I really enjoyed that. But it's also, Halo 1 was very open world in certain sections and very vehicle oriented, so that's another reason why I liked it. And of course, Halo 1 had the Maw That was an amazing last level with the Halo, the little Warthog run at the end, which I think every Halo game should end with a Warthog run. It's a must. Disappointed with Reach not having that. I really would have liked that. Loved Halo, what was it, 3? That had that ending. Halo 2 didn't have it. In other words, disappointed. But yeah. All right, and then Robert asked, Fan Fridays sounds good. What was the first game you played that sucked you into the gaming universe? His says is 007 on the N64 for him. I did play 007. I played a lot of other stuff. My actual first console was the original Xbox. Because my parents wouldn't let me have consoles before then. Although I did go to my friend's house and play a lot. But I mainly played, at least at first, I mainly played things like Mario on the Nintendo. So yeah, I loved Mario. But the thing is, that didn't suck me in. I don't want to sound like a huge fanboy, but I kind of am. Which there's nothing wrong with being a fanboy as long as you're not like bashing other games, like, oh my gosh, you go on other people's videos and be like, Halo's better, and all that type of stuff. That's stupid. I hate whenever people do that. That pisses me off. But probably the game that got me sucked in was Halo. Whenever I got my Xbox, and Halo was the last game I played. Whenever I got the Xbox, I got Star Wars Starfighter, I got NFL Fever, and I got Halo. I played Star Wars Starfighter first because I'm a huge Star Wars fan. And so I played that one first. I loved it. I thought it was a great game. So then me and my brother, we played NFL Fever because he's a big sports person. And so we started playing that, and we started playing with each other, and we played that for a long time. And probably since in the morning, it was somewhere around 8 hours later, we first started putting in Halo because it looked the least interesting to us. We really didn't care about it at all. But my parents, the reason why they got it is because the guy over at GameStop, or it wasn't GameStop then. What was it called? EB Games? I think so. Yeah. It may have been EB Games then. No, I want to say it's something else. It's Game something, I think. Oh, well. But yeah, he suggested Halo to my parents, so they got it. And, we put it in, and we were hooked. Me and my brother would not stop playing that game, and that's what really sucked me into the gaming universe. I played games like Final Fantasy and everything over at my friend's house. They were great games. We spent a lot of times with them. But really, Halo is the thing that sucked me in. Adam asked, "What a fantastic idea, Duquesne." See what I did there? Yes, that was pretty lame. I would have to say that, but I still enjoyed it. Anyways, I want to know if or how frustrated you get when people ask questions that you've answered months ago, and the endless comparing of you and Halo4Follower. Oh my gosh, yes. Oh, it irritates me more than anything about both those things. Whenever I answer a question, like people don't know stuff, it's just like, oh, just go look at my past video, and it'll say it right there. Or just even people who watch my videos and then they don't know something, just go watch my past videos. I understand not everyone, because I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't click on something, like I find someone's YouTube channel and now I'm not going to go click on all his past videos. I do understand that, but it still does get a little bit irritating, because then I'm repeating answering questions and stuff. And then the endless comparing of you and Halo4Follower. This is like Call of Duty and Halo. People constantly talk about it. And it's like, why aren't people comparing like Naked Eli and Halo4Follower? Or just something like that. But the reason why they do that is, I guess, just because so far, I guess I'm the most up-to-date Halo. I guess, yeah, I'm the most up-to-date Halo 4 I guess news person and everything like that. At least I come out with most information and everything. But of course there are some smaller people. I know there are probably some smaller people that beat me to all the information. But the thing is that they're smaller, their videos aren't getting out there more, and that does suck. I know what y'all feel like whenever you're starting out and everything. But And Halo4Follower, of course, is the biggest Halo 4 news person that actually does it all the time. But the thing is, I'm subscribed to Halo4Follower. I watch every single one of his videos. And yes, I do watch his videos for what if I miss something? What if he notices something in a trailer that I was analyzing and I totally missed it? I want to know about that information, not necessarily for me to make a video about it, but just because I'm a huge Halo fan, I want to know the information. That's why I'm subscribed to Ready Up Live, I'm subscribed to Naked Halo, and I'm subscribed to Bravo, and I'm subscribed to other people. It's just because I want to know all the Halo information. Because I'm not going to be able to get it all. I'm not going to be able to give my opinion, and my opinion may be like off. I may give an opinion about something that's showing up here, but someone else may be giving an opinion of it in a different way that I never even thought of. So that's the reason why you want to subscribe to more than one person, just for that reason. And, you know, of course, certain people, like some people like me more, some people like Halo4Follower more. And that happens with anything. Some people like Coke more, some people like Pepsi more. You know, it just depends, which I would have to say I like root beer more. But, you know, it irritates me the most whenever people go on my video and talk about Halo4Follower. You know, it's still, I feel appreciated whenever sometimes people say, I like you more than Halo4Follower. That's fine. But it still bothered me a little bit because I'm like, there's no reason to mention Halo4Follower in here because no one brought it up. I do appreciate it, but there's no reason to mention it. And then another thing is just that whenever people come onto my videos or even on Halo4Followers videos and just talk about me or talk about him, like they're for that person. Like they'll come onto my video, they'll talk about Halo4Follower in a positive way and hate on me. It's like, why did you click on my video if you don't like me at all? So, which I don't like that. I don't want anyone to not like me. I want everyone to like me. But you know, I said some things to some people on Halo4Followers video that were sitting there going on his and saying Duquesne is way better. Halo4Follower sucks. And so I replied back to them and I said, do not come on to other people's videos and do that, because that's not what I want my subscribers, my fan base to be. I don't want them to hate on other people. I don't want them to do all that type of stuff. So please, guys, do not go on other people's videos and say Duquesne's better or something like that. There's no point. I don't get what the whole point of trolling and doing things like that is. Just don't do it. That's not what my fan base is about. My fan base is about Halo. We are a Halo community. We want to all support each other. We want to make Halo the best game ever. And the community has a big deal. Like, it's a big thing, the community in that. So that's the thing. It's the same thing with Call of Duty, guys. Don't go on a Call of Duty video and post Halo's better. Don't post all that. Call of Duty and Halo, totally separate things, and I'll get into this later on. So, man, this is getting a long video. All y'all's questions are making me talk. Alright, and then Perrin says, sorry if I say that wrong, would you prefer Sandtrap to be the Halo 4 multiplayer level remake? And no. No. I do like Sandtrap, but it is probably one of my, probably in the middle of the pack of the Halo 3 maps. Just because it's huge and I love that, but it's very bland. It's just sand. It's a very bland looking map. It was fun, but it's just, I don't know. I didn't enjoy it as much as some other people enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it because, again, guys, aesthetics, that affects me a lot, aesthetics. And I wouldn't mind sand and stuff, but have something like a lot of stone, like, I mean, not stone, like rocks and all that stuff coming out. You know, make it kind of look like a desert and have like rocks coming out and everything like that. Maybe have some dead plants all over the place or something, you know, just things like that. But I loved Valhalla. That was my favorite map in Halo 3. The reason why is because it has great balance. It is a perfect, I literally think it is a perfect map. 2 bases on one side, a hill in the center that blocks people from really sniping from completely across the map. Of course you can a little bit if you stand up on tall things and everything. But it keeps it separated, the two bases. There's ways to get around the outside, which on the far right side, if you're looking from the water area, there's that big open area, and that is, very easy to get killed from, but it's a nice little quick path to the enemy's base. There's a center area where you can hide from stuff with a couple trees. There's a downed pelican, which provides cover, and it's just freaking awesome having a downed pelican on a map. And caves in there to help people hide from vehicles. There's 2 air vehicles, like 2 Banshees. There's tanks if you get on like heavier things. Then there's warthogs, there's mongooses. I literally think it's a perfectly balanced map. So I'm so happy that's going to be the remake in this one. And Shaquam asks, hey Duquesne, can you maybe friend invite my gamertag? And what's your take on CoD versus Halo? And then he asks if I'm starting a clan in Halo 4, and stuff like that. No, I'm not going to be starting a clan in Halo 4. But what's my take on CoD versus Halo? I've already mentioned this earlier. I said I was going to talk about it. I don't get why. Why do people compare the two? It irritates me so much. CoD is a realistic, well, in quotes, realistic shooter. Halo is a sci-fi, like fantasy shooter. Why are y'all even comparing that? Like, I don't get it. That's like comparing Final Fantasy to Call of Duty. What? Why would you do that? I understand Final Fantasy is a first-person shooter, guys. But I'm just comparing, like, that's a totally unrealistic fantasy thing, and Call of Duty is more realistic. If you're going to compare compare CoD to Battlefield. I know they have different multiplayer game mechanics because Battlefield is a lot more team-oriented and, of course, vehicle-based, and CoD isn't. But they're at least going towards the, realism and stuff like that. I believe the whole thing why people argue over this and everything is because Call of Duty and Halo are probably the biggest first-person shooters out there. And the thing is, it's just that whenever 2 big people, are just popular like that, then they will clash. Great example, again, how I said earlier, me and Halo4Follower. We're 2 big people, 2 very Halo 4 news, like we make a lot of Halo 4 news and good information, so of course the fans and everyone are going to clash a lot of times, and it's the same thing here. So it's just, guys, I don't get why they do that. Halo is not taking Call of Duty's loadouts. I'm just going to say this right now. Halo is not taking Call of Duty's loadouts. Call of Duty was not the first one to do that, so don't even compare it to that. And also, Halo is not taking Call of Duty's whatever kill cams and stuff like that. Call of Duty was not the first one to do that. So what's the point of, comparing it to Call of Duty there? For one thing, Halo's loadouts are drastically different. You cannot spawn with a sniper rifle, just like in Call of Duty. So what's the point? There's no point in comparing it. So it feels drastically like Halo. The loadouts, I haven't witnessed, personally, firsthand, the respawn cameras, or whatever you call them, the kill cams and stuff, but I really like that. That keeps snipers, if a sniper kills someone, people will know exactly where he's at. So that keeps people from camping, and it makes it more difficult. Now you need a lot more skill in order to survive for longer being a sniper, or if you're a guy camping around a corner or things like that. So I really like that. All right, and then Joseph asks, me and my friends are starting a YouTube channel. Can you give us some tips? Okay, so here's some tips for anyone starting a YouTube channel or already have started a YouTube channel. Stick with it. That is the main thing that I can express. I was getting down also whenever I started my YouTube channel, because even though I got on that Forge World Maps thing fairly early, I still wasn't getting that many subscribers that quickly. Just stick with it. If you're a younger person, I would suggest not to commentate unless you're really good at it, because there's a lot of haters on YouTube where if you have a higher pitched voice, you will get constantly bashed. I know Obronco, if y'all remember him, he had a higher pitched voice whenever he first started. He did get bashed a lot, but of course later on he kept doing it. He stuck with it. and he, just kept going, and people really liked him. His YouTube channel started getting really big, but then he just got tired of doing the whole YouTube thing, so that's why he stopped. But just stick with it. If you really want to do it for a living, or you just want to do it just for fun and possibly be able to get paid for it for fun, which that's what I'm doing, and it happens to just also be my living, just stick with it. Make great quality videos, and the thing is, don't capture videos. Of course, it's the only thing you have. It's okay to do it, but I still probably wouldn't do it until you get a capture card. Do not capture videos from a video camera. It looks very cheap, and a lot of people won't subscribe for that reason. There is capture cards for like $50 or less. I got a Dazzle DVC 100 for $50. It worked perfectly fine for me. It's not in HD, but it looked great, and it is good enough until I was able to afford a Hauppauge, and which now I actually want the Elgato because it's HDMI. It supports HDMI. But just stick with it. Just create great quality videos, and do not release a video unless you're satisfied with it. I will be coming out with a video later on that shows all my stuff, like me recording a video, how long it takes, everything. I'll just be using Fraps to record my whole screen, and of course my voice and everything. And y'all will be able to watch me do everything, and that will be whenever I'm doing another racetrack review, something short, because racetrack reviews normally doesn't take me nearly as long, and y'all will be able to see everything. To do a racetrack review, a lot of times it takes me an hour to record everything, because I do mess up a lot of times, and I have to re-record my voice. If I don't like it, there's been times where I recorded 20 minutes of me talking, hated it. I didn't like the way it sounded, deleted everything, redid it. And you just got to keep going. You just got to go. Make sure you're making a video the way you like it. Make sure you have a great capture source so it's not just off screen. It's nice capturing from your TV so it looks more neat. And just keep with it. I can't express that enough. So many people get discouraged, and just keep with it. You may be only getting 10 views, and that's it, but just keep with it. If you stay with it, your abilities to edit and everything like that will get a lot better. Your commentaries will get better, because at first, if you listen to my commentaries back in the day, go listen to one of my first videos here on my channel, and it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible, my commentaries, which I'm still not that great. I'm not as good as someone like Bravo. Bravo can commentate amazing. Oh my gosh, he is super sexy whenever he commentates. That's why he's able to do MLG events. That's why he's always the announcer at MLG events, because he can do that really well, which I'm not that great at it. I'm pretty good, which I guess I'm not pretty good. I'm getting a lot better, but just stay with it. That's my number one thing. Just stay with it. Stick with it. It will be discouraging at first, especially since there's a whole lot of Halo channels or gaming channels out there. Just stick with it. And Comb asks, does all your friends and family know you make YouTube videos for a living? How did they feel when you told them? And he, of course, asked, just please answer this one. I had such a crap day. So I hope this makes up for your crap day, which actually, whenever I release this, because it's such a long video, it'll probably be the next day. But yes, pretty much all my friends and family know. If I'm missing some people, then it's not on purpose. But yeah, they do know. At first, I didn't tell my family, like my parents, because they don't really get the whole playing games for a living, especially YouTube as a living. They don't get that. My dad's a workaholic. He believes in going out to your job, working. He works, I don't know, my dad, he goes to work at 7 in the morning, gets home at probably 6 o'clock at night, and eats, and then goes back to work that night. He's a workaholic. The great thing is he gets paid very well. That's always good. But he works for an engineering company and everything. So he's kind of in what I would have been in my field. I went to school to be a wildlife biologist, and I got a degree and everything like that. But then I started doing YouTube, and my dad is in the environmental field and the engineering and stuff. They do a lot of pipelines and stuff like that. So he has to do like a lot of wetlands things. Whenever they're putting a pipeline through a wetlands, he goes and surveys, make sure there's nothing endangered, make sure everything's okay where it goes. He has to do a lot of delineation things and stuff. You probably don't know what that is, but he has to do a lot of things like that. And at first, whenever I got out of college, I did not, like, I was doing the YouTube thing, but I was still looking for a job. It took me forever to even get interviews at different engineering companies and stuff like that, or even parks. I was going to be a park ranger. I was just going to take anything wildlife related. And but it took me forever to even get my first interview. Probably took me somewhere around 5 months. And so I was just doing some YouTube stuff in the meantime. And I finally got an interview, but fortunately it didn't pan out. And well, I guess it's kind of fortunate now. But then I started working for PetSmart just because I love animals, and I figured, why not PetSmart? Just while I'm searching for other jobs and everything like that, so I could have some sort of income coming in. And luckily for me, I started getting paid and stuff for YouTube, and I wasn't getting that much, and I'm still not getting a whole lot, but I'm still able to make it a living. And it would just all, I guess, worked out. I didn't want to tell my parents about it at first, just because I know their thoughts on it, and they would have been thinking, oh, he just wants to do is play games, and he doesn't want to actually get a real job and things like that, which that's what a lot of people think on this stuff. But I actually do... I actually did tell them eventually, and they were very skeptical at first. Extremely. They still talk to me about getting a job and everything, even though I had this one. But now my parents, now that they're seeing how much I am making, all the contacts I'm making with 343, like where I'm actually talking with them and they actually know who I am. I go over there. I talked with Rooster Teeth for a while, and just everything like this. They're seeing how many subscribers I'm getting, how many views, and they're growing to more and more understand what I'm doing is an actual job. So, it really is great whenever your parents start understanding everything, and it is pretty awesome. How does my wife feel about YouTube? My wife is very supportive, unbelievably. I love her so much. Like, y'all don't get how much I love her. She supports me in everything I am doing, which there is something that I am doing right now which can cause problems, but it's not, because my wife is amazing. I will talk about it later on, guys. Not right now, because I'm still in the middle of talking. But guys, this is she is perfect. I can't express that enough. I love her more than anything in the world. It's very cheesy to say, but she really does complete me. I know that's extremely cheesy, but she literally makes my life worth living. She agrees with everything I'm doing on YouTube. She supports me with everything I'm doing. Right now, she's probably over next door and stuff, because she knows that I don't really like making videos while people are sitting here next to me and stuff. And so she leaves the room whenever she does that. I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just I feel uncomfortable, and a lot of times it's a lot harder for me to make a video if people are watching me, because my mind gets scrambled and everything like that. I can't think about what I want to talk about. So she supports it. She'll go in the next room, wait till I'm done, and then come back out. And she watches every single one of my videos, which is amazing because I make a lot of videos. And, and she's even been in some of the videos, which she'll probably be in more of them. It's just that I've been so busy with Halo 4 information, and we're very busy with our baby and everything like that. So she hasn't been able to make any videos with me, but hopefully, a little bit later on down the road, she'll be able to make some videos with me again. All right, guys, but that is the very first Fan Mail Friday. Now, I hope y'all really enjoyed it, and sorry, guys, if I didn't get around to your question, but there was a lot of questions, as you could tell. This was a very long video, but please give it a like if you did enjoy it. I really would appreciate it, and also subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see y'all next time. Later, guys.